the movie both are overrated. I don't have anything against the book series. I read all four of the books, and I loved them. The movie, that's a different story. Let's cut this thing and dissect it open, like the idiot frog it is. To begin with, Twilight the movie features Robert Pattinson. Okay, Robert Pattinson, as anybody that ever knows, played in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Yeah, you know, that guy, what's his face, who got zapped by the Dark Lord. Yeah, well, turns out he also used to be a ring model. Very feminine hands he has. Although I like Ashley Greene because she is really hot. Of course, as Alice. But I'm not here to talk about how hot the characters are. I'm here to say that Twilight, the movies, are overrated. Why are you saying that it's overrated? Because we got countless fangirls who flock to the movies, never to see if it's anything like the book, only to see Edward. This was Twilight, so I'm going on Twilight first. Like, oh my gosh, we're going to go see the movie because Edward's, like, played by Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson's hot. Okay, yeah, I admit, people do believe Robert Pattinson is hot. And he did sing his own song for the Twilight soundtrack. I'm really full of information for that movie, so don't ask. Well, anyways, I was like, Twilight was an okay movie. And because when I watched it, the whole theater just like got up in a standing ovation. Like, yeah, best movie ever. In my opinion, I'm like, there's probably going to be another movie that will top Twilight. And there was a few more that topped Twilight. Now, by the time the MTV Movie Awards came along, we had an issue. Twilight was winning nearly all the awards in the freaking... Oh my gosh. It's so upsetting. For Best Movie, we had, I think, the first Transformers, The Dark Knight, a few other movies, and Twilight. Guess who won? Twilight. Oh my freaking gosh. Twilight is not that good of a movie. I admit, the movie wasn't that good. To me, I mean, sure, it's okay, but it wasn't that good. It's not best movie material. But I really am surprised that it actually nearly won like all the awards. And now we have New Moon. And this movie got a lot of hype. I was listening to Y100 in my shower, actually. This was the oddest story I'll ever tell you guys. I was in the shower. I'm taking my shower. I'm listening to Y100, singing along to some of my favorite songs. They're talking about New Moon, right? One of the first days, I think. The first day. Like, they call, like, these moms. They're like, I want you to howl like, Edward or Jacob was in your bed right now. I'm like, I stopped taking my shower for, like, 1 second. I'm like, did he just say... Okay, and like they're howling, they're doing their wolf howl. Then the next disturbing thing that came to me when I was taking my shower, they were talking about Jacob. So, oh yeah, Jacob's going to be a werewolf in this one. Oh yeah, I'm like, Jacob's going to be a werewolf and it's going to be awesome. And then they're like, well, ladies, Jacob will be without his shirt for like 13 minutes within the entire movie. I'm taking my shower, I'm like, dude, I'm taking a shower. I feel wrong now. It feels like I don't know, masturbating. But I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm scared. And I'm not like that. I'm not gay. It's making me, like, paranoid to hear that. And then, I went to the movies to go see this movie. Just to see how good this movie must be. Okay, there weren't a lot of people cheering for this movie. Okay, there were, like, only a few girls. I had the unfortunate seat of sitting behind these ladies, or above these ladies. No, under these ladies. Sorry, my direction skills are sucky. But they were like, oh my gosh, I love you, Edward, Jacob, Jasper. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm screwed. When Jacob takes off his shirt for the first time in the movie, like, oh my gosh, Jacob took off his shirt, oh my gosh, he's so hot. I'm like, somebody just shoot me and kill me now and get me out of here. The only reason I think I stayed to watch the whole movie, I wanted to see the Volturi characters. Dakota Fanning plays a good Jane. I have to admit. I mean, the Volturi is like the Organization 13 of the New Moon of the Twilight series. I have to admit that was good. I like them. I will say for the awards they win, I wanted to just win Best Fight. That was a good fight in that movie. As much as I like to say it, that was a good one. It was good. Now, the MTV Movie Awards is coming soon, June 6th. Watch it on MTV. Now, I'm really am fearing for the other movies. I mean, there were good movies that actually came out. I'm pretty sure Avatar might sweep them, but we may never know. Avatar is a good movie. I saw the movie. It was a great movie, but I'm fearing for the other movies, believing that Twilight, New Moon will like take their place. And there's going to be a lot of fangirls there because they're probably going to release the first clip of Eclipse. Yes, they're going to make the third one, Eclipse. And then next year, 2011, we'll be seeing Breaking Dawn, which in my opinion, I think is one of the best books. I don't know, I'm like a book geek when it comes to it. Now, if Percy Jackson does get like nominated, I'll be glad for it. I'm a Greek mythology fanatic. But we're worried about Twilight here. It feels like it's gonna like defeat the Fallen. You know, Transformers 2, Rise of the Fallen, Revenge of the Fallen. I don't want it to beat Revenge of the Fallen, the sixth Harry Potter movie. What was that other superhero movie that came out? Holy crud, I can't remember all the movies I went to go see for the life of me half the time. I know recently I went to go see Kick-Ass, Repo Man, Iron Man 2, which was a great movie. If it actually does get nominated somehow, I think it's just going to get nominated next year for movie. But then again, we get beaten by Twilight. Okay. Now, the thing is, with Twilight, everybody doesn't flock to the movies to go see it. Like I said before, all the fangirls, there are girls in like literally in line to go see this movie. The line goes for miles and miles just so they can go see Twilight. And there was like a midnight release party for both of the movies. I'm like, this is why I'm going to go see it Saturday. Apparently, I get screwed out of it, and I wind up in a room with a bunch of screaming fans. Like, oh my gosh, Edward! And no, it was not like cheering for like when Edward came on the screen. They were like cheering when a bunch of epic scenes happened. Like when Edward saves Bella, they start cheering. Only when Edward saves Bella, they cheer. They're like, oh my gosh, yeah! All I have to say is this. The Twilight Saga in general is overrated. I don't really care if thousands of blonde fangirls want to go see this movie because some guy who they believe is hot is in it. I go see books that were turned into movies to see if they're like the freaking book. And I'm come to think of it, New Moon was kind of okay. So, like I said, it's overrated. Knight Rider 7, 6, 0 to the freaking 2. Well, only to say this again. New Moon, Twilight, overrated. Get a life. Knight Rider 7602 signing out. Peace.